Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, we're going to take a look at conditional formatting rules with dates. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. One thing that is important to note, and if you've watched this series throughout, is that dates are actually stored as numbers. So if you do the today, which is control and then the colon or semicolon, you can see that this is laid out as a date. You can click it and it allows you to use the calendar. Now, if you do Control-Shift-1, you can see that this is actually stored as a number, and the number is 45,778. And this is essentially that 1 is going to be what we would say as day or date number 1, which is December 31st, 1899. Basically, the difference between day 1 or day 0 to today's date is that 45,778, and then tomorrow will be 79 and so on. And so that's how these are being stored and handled. You can technically use numbers and these rules will still work. The biggest thing is just the interface when you go into this is that it's going to show the different options of like today, tomorrow, and store it such as. So it's just a little bit easier to, I guess, read versus saying date is 45,778 or whatever the day is. Right now we're saying in D3, we want to format the cell if the date is today, tomorrow, yesterday, the past week, past month, past year, or an exact date. So you have a lot of drop-down options in that, but as it's saying, format it with those. Maybe you have a task list and you want to know when there's something that is due tomorrow. So you can put that there and you can highlight it to bring that date to the attention. So you can hit done. Let's say here, I'm just going to do equal today. And we can see here that it's not. It still has that other format. So I'm going to go ahead and do Control-Shift-3, and now it's formatted as a date. Let's say since it's tomorrow, I'm going to do today, and I'm going to do +1, which would be tomorrow's date, 5/2/2025. And you can see there, now it's highlighted, saying that this is actually due tomorrow. Now, if you add 2 to it, then it's no longer going to be different. So really, if you have this here, the today plus that, it's always going to stay the same. If you hard code a date, like whatever the date is here, and I'm just going to copy and then paste values, now that's going to actually stay on that date. So it's going to highlight, and then when tomorrow comes, when it's 5/2/2025, this is no longer going to highlight. So this would be dynamic because this is not dynamic. Versus before, I had a formula that would essentially continue to show what tomorrow's date is and then kind of render this pointless. In any case, the one thing that is nice with this is that it will take into account what the today's date is and then highlight accordingly. Similarly, if you choose something else like in the past year, month, week, let's try the week, you can see now that's not actually going to do it. But if we pick today, that's going to be in the past week. If I pick this one, that'll be the past week. If I pick a week before, it's not. But then 25 is. So essentially it's taking, if it's today or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in the past, which makes the 7. If it's over a week, then it's going to stop. And as I mentioned before, these are stored as numbers. So if you have the formatting, which is Control-Shift-1, as something else, like in decimal place, or if you have the time, which there isn't any time stored, because that's like if it's a fraction, is money, any of those, since that technically still equals this date, it's going to still format it. Next is date is before. So the date is before today is going to say any day before today or tomorrow or yesterday, or, and again, if you have these ones, in the past week. So if I do in the past week, let's just make it blue. I'm going to put in today's date. So the date is earlier than 1 week ago. So this would not be. Let's say that we pick this one. That is the 25th, just like we saw in this one here, would not be. And then all of these other ones, so like if I put a 1, would be. So again, that's where it's important to know how dates are stored. I'm going to actually change this to white so we can see it a little more. Date is after. Now it's once when you kind of understand how the dates are laid out, you can see here date is after today, tomorrow, yesterday, or you can pick an exact date. If you do an exact date, you can actually choose a formula or value based off of that. So technically you could say something like today, I don't know, maybe a week ago. So you want to see if there's a value within the last 7 days that was entered into it. So this would mean if it's after starting at a week ago to this to see all of it. So I'm going to hit done. Let's go ahead and copy this and then paste the values. And we can see that doesn't show up because it is like 3 weeks ago. But if it's within a week, and that's where 7 days is, it doesn't include the exact, like same Tuesday, it would be Friday, then that would do it, and anything in the future. So again, it's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and then shows all of the data from a week prior to today onward. That is where having the today function, formula, values, things like that, there's a lot of different things that you can do with each of these, and you can format it to whatever you need. So hopefully you find this helpful. In the next video, we'll take a look at numbers, and don't forget to do those social things like share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.